Hello and welcome to Show of the Week with Outside Xbox. I'm Mike.
And I'm Andy. This week I've been enjoying Dog Petting Simulator Assassin's Creed 4.
Do you know you can do piracy and stuff as well?
Oh yeah, I know.
Well, if you like being a pirate, then
I mostly like petting the dogs, actually.
you will love being a gladiator.
What?
Well, come on, they're both from history. They both use swords sometimes.
Sometimes.
They both feature in Xbox One launch games. The similarities are endless.
Yeah, okay.
Russell Crowe played them both.
What, Master and Commander? Mike, that wasn't pirates.
You're ruining my segue. Here's Ryse.
Ryse, Son of Rome is the Xbox One launch game that brings the sexy graphics provided by an evolution of the impressive engine that powered Crysis 3, and sexy legs provided by the fact that everyone, even the blokes, seems to be wearing a skirt. It's a wonder those Romans got anything done at all, let alone built an empire. It's been a long road to Xbox One launch day for Ryse though. First teased as codename Kingdoms back at E3 2010, it was officially revealed as a Kinect exclusive Xbox 360 title that involved you doing all the kicking and headbutting yourself, which as everyone knows is Mug's work. That's why about a year and a half ago, all the Kinect stuff was trashed in favour of a more traditional hack and slash controller game. You press the X and Y buttons and verily arms will come flying off and necks will be skewered. It's got a similar rhythm to the combat in the Batman Arkham games, but relies less heavily on countering and more on just hacking away like a weed whacker. It does feature QTEs, but they're more forgiving than most. Fail a QTE execution and you won't get a gladius to the face, you just won't earn a reward such as health or focus regeneration, or get to marvel at the grim imagination behind the 100+ unique execution animations in the game. The story itself is set in an alternate history version of Rome and follows the fortunes of Marius Titus from his early childhood to his eventual position as a Roman general, a career that spans the murder of approximately 1,000 Robert Baratheon-looking barbarians. It's described as an epic tale of revenge, which we hope means that at least one person is going to be kicked off the top of the Colosseum.
Legionaries, salute your new centurion! Move!
And once you're done with the story, there's co-op gladiator mode, which pitches you and a mate against hordes of enemies in an ever-changing arena. That'll be that alternate universe thing then, right? So that's Ryse, Son of Rome, probably the best looking Xbox One launch game and the perfect way to show off the raw power of your shiny new Xbox One.
Fight for your legion. Fight for Rome.
Alright, I think I'm going to go to the kitchen and get a drink. Are you coming?
Actually, I've got plenty to be getting on with here. I'll see you in a bit.
Alright, see you.
Oh, cats too. This game's got everything.
Hey Mike, how's it going?
Yeah, good. I was just talking to Andy about Ryse. Did you know it's set in an alternate history Rome?
I did not know that. So are there like Roman steam-powered robots and stuff?
No.
Oh, well that's a waste. When you're doing alternate history, you have a license to do whatever you want.
Because who is going to stop you? The History Police? Nice try, History Police, but you're out of your jurisdiction. Alternate history is speculative fiction as applied to historical events, in this case, in the medium of video game.
You must save Rome.
And just as Ryse takes liberties with the story of ancient Rome, these free-thinking games looked at critical junctures in world history and asked, what if?
I am the only king here.
What if George Washington was bonkers? Asks Assassin's Creed 3 in the Tyranny of King George downloadable content, in which US founding father George Washington turns into a tyrannical lunatic under the influence of one of those all-powerful alien doodads known as Pieces of Eden. In this alternate history, Washington becomes the first king of America instead of the first president. Then, all hopped up on absolute power, he spends all the money on big ships and flouncy robes.
We are fashioning powerful armadas.
If history had gone this way, America wouldn't have the world's greatest democracy or whatever, but it would have a whopping great pyramid.
Your Highness, some of the people are attacking the pyramid.
What's cooler than pirates? Air pirates. Crimson Skies starred a proto-Nathan Drake in the shape of Nathan Zachary. He and his merry band of corsairs fly hot rod-like fighter planes deployed from a giant Zeppelin HQ called the Pandora. What's brilliant about its alternate universe is how well thought out it is. Rather than just what if steampunk, it has a complex alternate American history which diverges shortly after World War I, but mingles with real-life events throughout the 20s and 30s. So the Wall Street crash still happens, but it's the catalyst for states to begin seceding seceding from the Union. By the end, America is divided into a collection of balkanized nation-states, all hostile to each other and defending their borders by air. California, for example, is now the nation of Hollywood, propped up almost entirely by the booming movie business and defended by the Hollywood Knights air militia. That same rich universe was carried over into sequel Crimson Sky's High Road to Revenge, an exclusive for the original Xbox that's still available to buy on the Xbox 360 games marketplace. Of course, all the politicking is an almost unnecessarily well-realised excuse to enjoy thrilling dogfights and exchange quips with rival pilots. Did you not hear us? Air pirates. Get involved.
Tough break, but no one's getting between that treasure and us.
Imagine the 1973 American oil crisis had continued well into the late 1970s. You'd have thought the switch from V8 engine vehicles to more modest cars that do more than 6 miles to the gallon would have been even more dramatic. Wrong, tree-hugging commie. In Interstate 76, the extended fuel crisis results in all-out automotive warfare in ridiculous gas-guzzling muscle cars. What's more, they've made the cars even heavier by turning them into mobile weapons platforms, bristling with gun turrets, plated in armour, and filled with targeting systems. Realistic? This is not. It is, however, plenty entertaining. Everything is slathered in 70s style, and the combat was a more deep and technical affair than Twisted Metal and its ilk. Plus, it allowed for a lead character whose name was, I shit you not, Groove Champion. That's an alternate universe we want to live in.
They beat us to the bone. No one knows how.
In 90% of all alternate history, video games or otherwise, Hitler wins, and we get to see what the world would be like had the Nazis come out on top.
They took our freedom.
Top historians working on upcoming Wolfenstein reboot Wolfenstein The New Order, which is set in the 1960s, reckon it would be a world in which Nazis were the first to land on the moon, and a world with many more giant robots.
They're rewriting history.
And we'd all be brutally oppressed, obviously. Speaking of World War II, reviled real-time strategy number Stalin vs. Martians asks 2 important questions about reviled Soviet leader Joseph Stalin. First, what if he fought alien invaders instead of German ones? Second, what if he was a really excellent dancer? And now you've seen that, you've had the best of this game. Trust us.
That's it for Show of the Week, but don't forget to like and subscribe so you never miss an episode.
And if you want to get in touch with us, do so via social media at twitter.com or facebook.com/OutsideXbox. See you next time.